Hey there everyone, it's Kuin here. I hope everyone's doing well. Let's play some Final Fantasy. This is the PSP release of the age-old favorite Final Fantasy, originally on the NES, or I think it originally came out on the Famicom, which is Japanese NES, whatever. Um, the PSP version has a good few things different from the original, of course. There's some bonus dungeons, graphics updates, of course, music updates, all kinds of things like that. Um, First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to a streamer called Geyer. If you don't watch him already, I really recommend that you do. He has probably one of the most chill late night streams on Twitch right now. I watch him often. He regularly speedruns Final Fantasy and a couple of other games in the earlier parts of the series. Um, and his streams are just really chill and relaxing, and I enjoy watching him. He does awesome commentary. So if Final Fantasy 1 speedruns are a thing of yours, I'm gonna be sure to link him in the comment or in the description below. So feel free to give him a shout out. If you, and this might be a thing you'll notice, but a lot of the games I'm playing lately do come from just me watching them on streams and stuff like that. I think streaming is such a cool way to connect with new games and things like that. So, uh, you know, definitely am willing to give shout outs where shout outs are due. But without further ado, let's get started. Obviously, we're playing in Japanese now. So, for those of you who don't know, which is like maybe one person on Earth at this point, maybe, I don't know. Final Fantasy 1 is, it doesn't have like character backstory and such like that. It's very much more you just pick four characters and you go on an adventure. The original games are very similar to old D&D systems and stuff like that with spell slots and all that. Um, so there's six classes that we can pick from: warrior, thief, monk, red mage, white mage, and black mage. Um, Basically, all of the classes are fine except for thief. You can pretty much get through the game with any combination of classes. They did a really good job at balancing it, at least within time. So I'm gonna go with. I've already been thinking about this for a little bit before I started this. I'm gonna go with a party of a warrior, monk, white mage, and black mage. Um, this game very much leans towards physical attacks and the like. So warrior and monk are going to be fantastic, and then we'll be able to show off some magic and things like that too with the white mage and black mage. And as homage to all the speedruns I watch of this, I'm going to name them after what they typically will name them in a speedrun, which is Ace, Bill, Cal, and they always name the last one Dan, but I want to name her Danielle because she's obviously a girl. See, there's enough room even. Daniel. No, that's not quite right. It's going to be short for Danielle, okay? But yeah, let's get to it. The world lies shrouded in darkness. The winds die. The seas rage. The earth decays. The people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, four warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. Okay, let's play the game. Like I said, this is based off of the old NES game, and despite any enhancements to graphics and the like, um, you know, they definitely don't mess around and they just plop you right into it. So let's see here. We have 500 gil. Let's go shopping a little bit. Because I don't know if people even start with equipment. Oh, they do. A little bit. Kind of. Okay, so one thing about, let's learn things about Monk already. In this game, Monk is literally best if you don't have equipment on them. We'll put like armor and hats on him, but that's about it. So he's gonna save us a lot of money in the long run. See, like, they're trying to get me to buy this Nunchaku, but that is a waste of 8 gil. And it's not gonna happen. So Ace can equip both the rapier and the hammer. The rapier is going to be better for him because it has an actual accuracy stat, which is very important. But giving Danielle the hammer is also going to be very useful. Also, the staff doesn't really give any like magic attack or anything like that, so it doesn't really matter what we give to Cal. Now for defense. Now one thing I've always found interesting about the premise of this game, and this might just be me nitpicking or something like that, but bitch. They say that the seas are raging because the crystals are like out of control and stuff, but in Final Fantasy V, a game that also deals with all the elemental crystals quite heavily, the seas like die and go stagnant. So it's a little weird that in this scenario, the exact opposite is happening, you know? Okay, so let's talk about spells in this game. In the original version, you had spell slots similar to Dungeons and Dragons, so every long rest you could use X amount of spells. In later versions, such as this one, they move on to a more modern MP system where spells just cost X amount of MP to execute. However, they did keep one system, which I'm actually a pretty big fan of. It really makes you think ahead. You only have 3 slots per spell level to learn spells, so you can't learn all 4 of these spells. So you really have to think about, okay, which ones are going to be the most useful in upcoming scenarios, or, you know, based on your playstyle, which one would you want to play? So Cure is an obvious one. Dia, I actually really like. I've played this game a little bit. Dia is pretty strong. I'm pretty good with that. And then it's between Protect and Blink. And frankly, I think... Oh no, I'm just going to leave that blank. I'm not really sure if I'm going to use really either of them. If I end up kind of wanting them later, I'll get them. Obviously we're going to get Fire and Thunder for Cal here. And then I think I'm going to grab Sleep. That could be useful against encounters with a lot of enemies. Compared to lowering an enemy's evasion, I don't think I've really ever missed in this game. I say that and now I'm going to miss like every shot. But you know how it is. And we have a little bit of money for some potions and the like. Also, something of note, the original versions did not have Phoenix Downs. If a party member died, you would have to come back to town to revive them for a nominal fee. That's still an available option, of course, but now you're not forced to do so, at least. Okay, so why can't we leave town? The king is searching for the prophesied... Prophesied? I am not... Is that even translated properly? I'm not sure. Warriors of light. Those crystals! You must see the king at once. Plot, 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 plot. Welcome, travelers. I am told you carry crystals. Is this true? Yup, they're there. It's just as Lucan's prophecy foretold. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you not rescue my daughter, Sarah? Garland, a knight once in His Majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. I ask for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Bitch, he just asked himself. Like, come on, dude. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Because that's a safe place to settle. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. Was he like the final boss, or what? I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a sign of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. Okay, so what you're saying is, y'all can't beat the strongest knight, so you're gonna send a bunch of level 1 people who haven't been in a fight in their entire life to try and go save her. Okay. Alright. Well. Okay. Now, one thing to note about this game, which I've always found pretty interesting, is that there is no like front and back row like other games have had. What ends up happening is the character in the top slot will have the highest chance of being targeted by enemies, and then it'll be slightly lower for each one below him. So that's why your mages want to be in the last couple slots, typically. In this cave here, the Earth Gift Shrine. This is the Earth Gift Shrine. Long ago ye could enter, but the way's been shut down since the land began to decay. Okay. You're pretty. The putrid stench of decaying earth hangs heavy on the air. I do believe this is actually the entrance to one of the optional dungeons in the game. There are 4 bonus dungeons that were added to this and the GBA version of the game. And they start to unlock as we clear major plot points later that I won't go into. So, we'll go ahead and check back on this later. And people are leveling up. Great. Alright, welcome to the Chaos Shrine. Last dungeon in the game, right? Oh man, a spider. The door has been bound by a mystic key. Yeah, as you can see, our monk is doing work. Ace is very obviously just probably gonna end up being like our tank. I mean, there are definitely gonna be really good weapons for him in our future, but Bill just has some pretty good base damage going on. Potion, tent. And level 3 for everyone. Very nice. A leather cap. Go ahead and shove that on Ace here. Alright, so that's all the looting we can do in this final dungeon here. Let's head outside, use a tent, and go ahead and find this Garland fella. The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Okay, final boss. This is gonna be really hard. Oops, didn't mean to play with her, but that's fine. Well, he sure didn't knock us down. You've come to rescue me? I don't know how I can ever thank you. I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. Nah, bitch, we're just gonna leave you here. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lucan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety, if I may. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now, I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt, as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and to the world. Yo, bitch. This lute has been entrusted to the princesses of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this lute as well. I want you to have it. It may aid you in your journey. Okay. I obtained the Ocarina of Time. I mean, what? The dancing girl in town knows many odd bits of information. If you stray from your path, try talking to her. She may know something that can put you back on course. Oh, I'm sure you talk to the dancing girl in town all the time. Fucking perv. Meanwhile, orders from His Majesty. We're to do our part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy. Yeah, so they're just sitting there messing around with the bridge, and now they can make it within a couple of minutes. Why again did they not repair this sooner? What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? The four warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. You didn't actually say anything there, honey. Well, anyway, we saved the princess and the bridge is restored. Next time, let's go north. See you then.